What's up, everybody? How you doing? Tell me how I'm sounding, would you? If y'all can hear me, am I sounding good? When I was listening to the music on the intro, that did not sound good. Sounded staticky or something. So hopefully I'm coming across good. I don't know. Maybe we got a little juju or something going on here. But look at this. Look at this. Sound good? Well, thank you, Dominic. A bit off. Okay. Sounded good at House of G Fam. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was weird. But look. We got the little Christmas tree going, and we got hanging out with some fellows here now. But in the next couple days, I will do a video kind of going around showing some of the Christmas decorations that we have put up here in the OGP movie room or whatever. I still haven't. We've talked about different names in the past of what to call this place that I hang out and talk to you at. But I don't. I've never had anything that stuck name-wise, so I'm not sure what it is here. But we decorated a bit, my daughter and I, and put up the little tree. Got a bunch of Christmas decorations, or like movie ornaments and stuff, and then other decorations around the room that are pretty much like movie related. So it's we're feeling festive now. But my daughter was trying to put away the jack-o'-lantern, and I was like, nope, that stays year-round. That does not go. She doesn't get it, but that's okay. That's okay. We got to keep the Halloween spirit 365 days a year. There it is right there. But anyways, I hope you're all having a wonderful wonderful Monday. And I did. We talked the other day about some movies that I was going to watch. One being Strange Darling, which I did watch. Another being Seance, which I did watch. And another being Home Sweet Home, which was a problem because it was supposed to be on Amazon, but it was not. Now, there are multiple horror movies called Home Sweet Home, so I watched another one, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But I went yesterday down to take my daughter back down to San Diego, as she had to return to duty in the Navy, and her little vacation was over. Well, on the way down, we stopped at, I'm low again. This drives me nuts when I'm this low. But I want to get jack-o'-lantern in there. I want to get that. I got to figure this out. But anyways, on the way down there, we stopped at Five Below and picked up a couple things because I had heard that they were having horror icon or horror movie themed ornaments there. So we went into Five Below and I picked up 3 items. And the first I will show you is got this right here for $5. A little Chucky Christmas tree ornament, which we'll put on there at some point here. But there he is, Chucky. And I was hoping that they would have more like this or this size, but maybe they were just sold out or whatever. But I was hoping they would have you know, I don't know, Ghostface or Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or something kind of like this size. But that particular location only had the Chucky in this size. So you can see it's I don't know, probably about 3 inches tall. It's not too heavy to hang on a Christmas tree branch either. So I think this is pretty cool. It will go up there, and there is that. For now, we'll just, oh, I thought maybe Chucky would stand up. Chucky does not want to stand up. It's an ornament. It's not a statue or anything. One of the other things I bought, there's two, was this Jack Skellington stocking here. And you'll see what I'm doing with it when I do the video showing the Christmas decorations around the room. But I got the Jack Skellington, and this, I think this was $4, if I remember. I think the tag might be inside here. Let's see. Yeah, the Jack Skellington stocking was $4. So I thought that was pretty cool. Just $4 for this. And then the other thing that, and these Wiki Network, we walked into Five Below because I enjoy going to Five Below for especially things like this. Funkos. I got the Jack Skellington, and this was, I think, $5.55, or like it was still about $5. And Jack Skellington, he's a chocolate bar, and he's like unwrapped, half unwrapped there, Jack Skellington chocolate bar. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I have now regular Jack Skellington. The glare is pretty tough there. Regular Jack Skellington and chocolate bar Jack Skellington right there. So got both of those now. I'll put those back over there. Oops. Yeah, that's a little glare. Glare sucks. There we go. Oh, nope. Too far. Anyways, it was pretty cool. They had a lot of stuff at Five Below for Christmas. So if you're in the market, you want ornaments or decorations that are movie themed, they have plenty of stuff, a lot of different things. So I already have a lot of decorations, so I wasn't going to just buy a ton of stuff. That's why I got 3, but I'm going to look around at other Five Below locations to see if they have anything else that I may be interested in. And so big news this week, the movie, there's no horror movies coming out in theaters or anything. The big one this week is Red 1, where The Rock has to go save Santa Claus who has been kidnapped. He's got to save Christmas. Movie called Red 1 coming out this week. I'll probably see it and do a review for you on Friday. So there's that. Not a whole lot in the way of movies coming out. There is other horror movie news that we'll talk about in a moment. But first, let me say hello to everybody. Antonis, what's up? Dominic, how you doing? House of G fam, Wicked Network, and I know I saw Robert C in the house. What's up, Robert? How you doing? Doing well over here. And you know what? And Temu, I guess is how you pronounce it. They have a ton of fun stuff on there, and I ordered stuff, but then I got spammed from them, and so I uninstalled that app and quit dealing with them. But I have gotten a lot of things from them, so I might, and they do have some fun stuff, so I might have to check them out again. I might have to install that app just to see if they do have any fun stuff that I might want to get for Christmas. So OGP, did you see the last episode of The Penguin? It was amazing. Yes, Robert. Oh man. So, and the big news with that, I won't talk about the Penguin show yet, but I will say the big news of it is the way it ends, and other news coming out from the director of the next Batman movie. The way the Penguin ends is supposedly where the Batman is going to start off. So it looks like we are going to get the Penguin in the next Batman movie, which is epic. I love that. I absolutely love that. And man, I just, the way it ended, that very last shot, what you saw right there was like, oh yes. And they left it on a bit of a cliffhanger. So I was like, man, how are they going to do that? And because that there was the Penguin, and then that one woman who there's question marks with that woman. So I was like, what's going on here? But finding out that story is probably going to be continued in the movie. Very much looking forward to that. What's up? Not Joey Diaz. Hey, it's not Joey Diaz. If it's not Joey Diaz, it's a go fuck your mother. That's what it is. What's up, Joey Diaz? Jude, what's going on? How you doing? And Ben Affleck is Batman. Ooh, I don't need no more Ben Affleck Batman. I want another Robert Pattinson movie because he was phenomenal. Robert Pattinson was amazing, and the way the way the Penguin ended, I cannot wait for this next movie now. So it's going to be great. Mel, what's up, Mel? How you doing? What's going on? Good to see you. I don't know if we're going to be doing a man. Hold on. Why am my brain is fried, absolutely fried. Ultra terrestrials. We kind of talked about dates. I don't know if we're going to have one this month or not. We'll find out. Because the month is we're like halfway through the month almost, and it's a busy month. I believe it's a busy month for you too, Mel, huh? But anyways, check it out. Anybody who's just jumping in, cool stuff at Five Below, and this is only $4. This was $5, and the chocolate covered Jack Skellington Funko Pop back there. So lots of cool stuff at Five Below if you haven't seen that stuff. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? How you doing? Dominic, would you like to see a horror film about a group of people hunted by a supernatural, vengeful revenant that goes after people that have committed horrible acts and don't face consequences? I mean, that's essentially, it's not supernatural, but you're essentially talking about characters like Dexter Morgan, who is a serial killer who kills serial killers. So, I love stuff like that. That would be great. Seeing bad guys go after other bad guys is good stuff. So the Penguin is worth the watch. 1,000,000% yes. The Penguin is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So good. So yeah, that's why I thought I remembered you saying it was busy, Mel. So we'll see if we can get that in. If not, we'll just push back to December. It'll be all right. Killer Jackson, I know, right? And this for $4, and this is like, I'm not gonna, I mean, I don't know, maybe Santa Claus will bring me something in here, but I got, in a couple days, I'm gonna do a room tour with all my Christmas decorations, and you'll see what I'm doing with this. I got a fun little spot over here going on. Penguin is a must watch. 100% yes. Greatest TV show on right now. But here we go. We got to talk about Red One, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, love Lucy Liu, J.K. Simmons, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. What a great cast. It's not a horror movie. It's gonna be cheesy. You know it is. It's probably gonna have some laughs and be a fun little ride. So if you're looking for something to watch this week, that's the one. And I mean, there's other stuff you can watch on TV, streaming, all that. But in the theaters, that's going to be it right there, Red One. But tonight, because like I promised, I did watch Strange Darling. This is interesting. And Master Chaos was not at all a fan of this movie. I have a different opinion. I kind of enjoyed this. We'll talk about that. And Home Sweet Home. So the Home Sweet Home from 1981 that's supposed to be on Amazon was not there. So this is one that I had on my shelf. So I thought, you know what? I'll watch this one instead. And this one is not going back into my collection, if that tells you anything. And then Seance. Halfway through Seance, I actually turned this movie off because I was so frustrated with it. But then after I wasn't able to find Home Sweet Home, I turned it back on. And by the time it was done, I had a little different opinion of Seance. So we'll dive into those in just a moment here. But also Heretic. Has anybody else seen this yet? Heretic is absolutely phenomenal. It was a little slow in the first, half or, third of it or whatever, the first act. But then, man, it really pays off in the end. So definitely like that. And there's one, I forgot to get a little picture for it, but if you have not seen the trailer for Heart Eyes, oh my God, that movie coming out around Valentine's Day called Heart Eyes. It looks so good. It's about a serial killer who is just fed up or done with or hates people who show public displays of affection. So that's awesome. It's going to be great. It looks so good. Heart Eyes. Check out that trailer if you have not seen it yet. Then also Werewolves coming out in December. I'm so amped about that. And then Wolfman coming out in January. So lots of good stuff coming up. Lots of fun stuff to look forward to. So anyways, just good stuff there. Lots of stuff. We'll talk about those movies in just a moment. The three that we had talked about. Let's see here. That Blockbuster sign looks really good back there. Yes, it sure does. Again, thank you again, Robert, for that. So what we're going to do, we're going to put it like at a little bit of an angle. My daughter and I were trying to figure out how exactly we would permanently mount it. And by the time you see the next live stream, it should be permanently mounted. It kind of like an angle. Well, I guess it'd be an angle like this going this way. It'll be mounted back there. So I think it'll look great, but it is a very cool looking sign. Love that. Thank you again for that, Robert. You absolutely rock. Yeah, everybody, if you missed it, that sign right there, Robert C sent me the cash to pick up that sign right there, and it's badass. So, and it was not cheap. So, Robert, man, appreciate you. Love you, brother. That was very cool of you. Gonzo, what's going on, Gonzo? How you doing? Steve Mayer saying, what's up to Mel? Yes, I know we got a legend hanging out here. Mel, it is very, very cool to see Mel. Between all the different channels you see Mel on, aside from just her own, having a life outside of YouTube, it can be challenging to have any time to actually sit down and watch any YouTube. So, no, we are, hiccup there a little bit. We are very honored to have Mel hanging out with us for a little bit. I love Strange Darling, but man, the last 5 minutes almost ruined the whole movie. Yes. You know what? There's another movie, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say, but there's another movie that the very end of it was like, why are we doing this? And but Strange Darling, one of Master Chaos's beefs with Strange Darling was how they put the chapters in different orders. I personally loved that because you went into Strange Darling thinking one person was the bad guy, the killer, when it was actually somebody else. But if they just put it in order, that would have been spoiled to you right off the bat. So putting the chapters in the incorrect order there, I thought was a great idea. It was shot well. I loved the camera angles and the coloring and the locations and the red fucking Ford Pinto was great. But I thought it was fun. It was a very fun movie. And, I don't exactly remember, aside from Master Chaos not being a fan of it being like out of order like that. I don't remember what else his beef was with it, but I loved it. I thought it was great. And Jeff and whoever else recommended it, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was great. I absolutely love that movie. And well, I mean, it's been out for over a year now. So, I don't think I'm going to worry about spoilers, but I'm not going to go heavy in spoilers. But obviously they can't do a sequel. But that if they could do a sequel, I would watch it in a heartbeat. That was just a great movie. Jennifer, what's up, Jennifer? How you doing? Dominic says a slasher that hates Valentine's Day because of affection is very interesting. No, Dominic, if you have not, you need to watch this trailer for Heart Eyes. It is so good looking. It looks amazing. What's up, Brian Sanchez? How you doing? And yes, Mel is a legend. Yes, we do love Mel very much. She is a badass. Let's see. So we're caught up there. So here we go. Let's talk a little bit more about Strange Darling before we dive into the other movies. So Strange Darling, you've got this movie where you have, like, it says it's like 6 chapters, and then they have like an epilogue. So it's really like 7 different parts, but it starts out where you're thinking this girl is a victim. And here we go. We're going to little bit of spoilers, but it's still an amazing movie worth watching. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of the synopsis of the film, what's going on with it. You start out at the very beginning of the movie with this girl being chased, and you're like, oh no. And the way like she's running and they're putting the title credits over that was gorgeous. I absolutely loved it. And she's running, and then she's looking for help, and she shows up at this like farmhouse and trying to get these people to help her. And we cut to different times with these different chapters, but you find out that she goes on a date with this guy earlier, and the guy is like beating her up and strangling her, and she's crying in tears and everything. Well, you find out that she wanted him to do that. She's into that like kinky, rough stuff. And so she wanted him to do that. And then she spits out the safe word, and then he knocks it off. And then, they're laughing, they're having a good time. But then things start to change. And you start to see this evil side of the girl come out of her. And then she does bad stuff to the dude. She gets on the run. And now the dude's trying to catch her. Little do we know right off the bat that he is a cop, and like all hell breaks loose. It becomes a wild ride. So that's all I really want to say about it, because I don't want to dive into spoilers, but the gore is good. There's some shock value. The effects were great. The action was great. The pacing was great. The cinematography is great. The story's great. I give it like, I don't know if I rate it on Letterboxd. I don't know. Maybe I gave it like a 4 out of 5, but I'm reconsidering. I really, really enjoyed this movie. The very end, and we won't talk spoilers about it. The end. I just don't want to ruin the end of any movie. But it was like, whoa, what? So, it was great. It was great. And maybe because of that, maybe I'll leave it like maybe a 4.5 stars, but it's a great movie. I love the recommendation. And I remembered after watching this, the reason that I never watched it before was because Master Chaos trashed it. When we were out at the Severin film pop-up, the preview for, or maybe it was something else. No, I think it was a Severin film, but at some point or another, I was hanging out with Master Chaos, and he was talking about this movie, and he did not like it. And so I think that's why I kind of avoided it. But I'm glad you all recommended it, and that's cool that Mel likes it too. It's one that I need to own now. It needs to be on my shelf. I don't even know if it has a physical copy or not, but I do need to get a copy of that at some point. Darling was so great. Really wanted to love it. I didn't mind the chapters either. I didn't mind the way they ended it, just the way they filmed it for 5 minutes. Yeah, it was. I get what you're saying there, that the whole part, like in the truck and her, and they kind of go from color to black and white. And I think that's to show that, no spoilers, but that one person died, I think, with the transition from color to black and white. But it was a little weird. It was different. It was, and I think they were going for something artistic there, and I think that kind of missed. I don't know. They could have done something different. The way the rest of the movie was, it was just phenomenal. But I get you, Mel. I understand that. When you take a Wet Movie One out clubbing, that's a good question. I was gonna be hanging out with Wet Movie One like either yesterday or today, because I was supposed to be on that movie set with Master Chaos, but things fell through. And I have talked to Master Chaos about that. Anybody who's wondering, there was somebody else to blame, and Master Chaos was out of the loop, just like I was. And I believe he was kind of wondering like where the hell I was on set, and then had to get to the bottom of it. And somebody else failed me pretty badly. So I'm not mad at Master Chaos. I love him. He's a great dude. But I got fucked, is basically what happened there. So, but the good news is I get to hang out and do whatever I want all week, because I don't have to worry about being on set. And they did. Master Chaos did say that I was, after talking to him, he's like, well, you're welcome to come be a part of the production. We still want you here. And I told him, based on what happened and the way I felt disrespected by that individual, I'll pass on this one. But just so everybody knows, I was going to be hanging out with Wet Movie One because I was going to be out by his house. We'd already talked about me meeting up with him and stuff, like when we weren't filming. But so that's not going to happen right now. But I have been talking to Cinestalker, and I think there's going to be a day this week I'm going to be down at Cinestalker's house, and we are going to be drinking it up, getting smashed. So only as Cinestalker and I can do together. It's going to be epic. We always have a blast, and we'll probably do a live stream while we're hanging out with Cinestalker there. Staying with you, even though it's way past bedtime here in London, England. What's up, Andrew? Man, I know. And Horror Movie Monday at 7 p.m. here. I know. Boo, whoosh. That's so if it's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, then it's got to be what, like 1 or 2 a.m. over there, like 2:30 in the morning over there, I think. So you're a legend for hanging out with us, Andrew. Darling is on my watch list. Hear mostly good things. Jeff, highly recommend it. And I'm curious, Jeff, of all the movies we talked about, did you get to see how many of them? The Batman and which other ones were we talking about? The Late Night with the Devil and Immaculate. Did you get to watch those, Jeff? Oh, 3:30. Ooch, ooch, ooch. That is way past bedtime, Andrew. That is way past bedtime. But you rock. You're an absolute legend for hanging out with us. So there it is. Strange Darling. 4.5 stars out of 5. It's definitely something everybody must see. A fun ride, and at some point I would love to have a copy on my shelf. Then we'll talk about this one, Home Sweet Home. So I was looking for the 1981 Home Sweet Home, which this is not. That one had Thanksgiving ties, and that's part of the reason we were watching it. And the movie Seance was because they're movies that take place on or around Thanksgiving or have something to do with Thanksgiving. This does not, has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, but it had the same title. So, you know, I was looking on my shelf to see, well, maybe do I have the 1981 Home Sweet Home? No, I don't. I have the 2012 Home Sweet Home. So I will still have to try and hunt down the 1981 Home Sweet Home movie and watch that and review that for you as part of the movies that I'm trying to watch for Thanksgiving. And that list is on the live stream from 2 days ago, and my review of Thanksgiving, it's on there. So I haven't put it on today's, but the list of Thanksgiving movies like Thanksgiving 1, Thanksgiving 3, Thanksgiving, Seance, and Black Friday, a couple others. So this Home Sweet Home right here is a capital T rash. This is a horrible movie, and the acting is not great. The only good thing they had going for it is like the location. It's this house kind of out in the middle of the desert, but it's kind of like a ripoff of The Strangers, where this girl is in this house and there's these other people for whatever stupid, like really dumb reason want in there and like want to kill her or whatever. So it's kind of like Strangers. If you're into that, if you want to see a bad version of like the Strangers movies, like a low budget bad, then maybe watch Home Sweet Home from 2012. You can see it. I think it's on like Tubi even. But the acting was not good. The cinematography was horrible. It just, they're talking and it sounds like they're in a bathroom. You get that echo and stuff. So there was just so many bad things about this. And, you know, it's one of the things they did. It's like so many low budget horror movies are guilty of. This girl's drinking wine. Well, they don't want to show the label because they don't want to worry about like legal issues with having a brand of wine. So they rip the label off. So you're sitting there looking at a bottle of wine that doesn't have a label on it, which is stupid looking. At least take the label off and put a fake label on there, something, because you wouldn't have a bottle of wine. And you even see like the lines where the glue was that put the label on. It's just dumb. And she's chugging it, and it's obviously just water inside there. But she's worried about these people outside her house, and yet it's like the power goes out and she's in the shower. She gets out and there's no nudity at all, but she gets out, wraps up in a towel, goes, turns on the power, and comes back inside the house. Well, there's a knock at the door. So she goes to the door, wrapped up in a towel, and there's a strange guy at the door. She opens the door, and then the girl who she knows is already a bad guy shows up there too. But before that, she's asking the guy, like, are you okay? Do you need help? This is not like an 80-year-old dude who looks all decrepit and sick. This is like looks like a 40-year-old guy who looks like he could be a killer. And she's like, oh, are you okay? What the fuck is that? So anyways, it was just so dumb. The writing was bad. The dialogue was bad. The cinematography is bad. The audio is bad. I have nothing good to say about this. And here's the thing. And this kind of ties into the next movie we're going to talk about, Seance. The RLJ or RLJE movies, a lot of these were available at Dollar Tree, and that may have been where I picked this up. But the RLJ movies, a lot of them suck really bad. So I don't recommend this. I'm going to give it, at least it had a story all the way through. So I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5, 1 star. It's complete trash. So don't recommend it. It's not going back in my collection. This is going to go, I'm going to see if it has any value and try and sell it. If not, it'll go in the trash. So Home Sweet Home. Adios, Home Sweet Home. I am done with you. Let's see here. Best tag team drinking duo, Cinestalker and OGP. No, we do need a hood review. And here's the thing. P Nasty is coming into town next weekend. So I'm hoping that maybe they do a hood drinks, and maybe I can be there like a third wheel or something. Would be amazing. Jeff watched Immaculate and Late Night. Both were great. Substance is tomorrow night. Decent. Immaculate, Late Night with the Devil, and Substance, man. 3 of my absolute favorites of this year. So I'm glad that you enjoyed those, Jeff. That's awesome. Definitely watched The Wrong Home Sweet Home. Mine was from 2013, I think. So House of G Fam. Yes. So there is a 2013 that looks better than this, but it's probably more on this level than the one from 1981. So the one we were looking for was from 81. This one, oh man. And the one from 2013. After watching this, I started the one from 2013, and I was like, oh no, it's another bad one. So I didn't keep going with it. That's the one I watched, Home Invasion movie. Okay, well, because there is a Home Sweet Home. This one, no, the House of G Fam, they're both home invasion movies. So Home Sweet Home, this one from 2012, is it's just one girl in the house. The one from 2013 has the couple, the husband and wife in the house. That's, I think, the one that you saw was the one with the husband and wife. Have you seen the new House on Haunted Hill reboot? What? Are you shitting me, Dominic? No, please tell me that's not true. And there's no chance in hell. I will never watch a Dustin Ferguson movie again, even though I own one because it was shot at my house. I'll show you here. This absolute trash that Dustin Ferguson made, but it was shot at my house, so I got a copy of it just because it was shot at my house. Like, even on the back you can see like parts, but I will never watch another Dustin Ferguson movie. Absolute trash. I think the original Home Sweet Home is on YouTube. Okay, well, that might be so, Jeff. We will take a look for that. We will dive into that. I went to a Dollar Tree, and the movie selection has gone to the Dollar Trees out here have not had movies in, I don't know, months and months, if not more than a year now. So it's a thing of the past. Rest in peace, Dollar Tree movies. What's up, Cody? Man, man, about 2 weeks from now, should be seeing Cody. Hopefully we'll do a little video, a little cameo with Cody. Man, it's been, I can't believe, Cody, it's been 5 years. 5 years since we've seen each other. Because it was December of 1999, December of 2019, the last time we hung out and went over to Diker Heights and went to Wohop and that other Korean restaurant that was so good. So had an absolute blast with Cody and Chloe. Can't wait to be in New York very soon. So Cody says, saw Anora recently, really dug it. Was great to see Coney Island captured by someone who isn't me. Yes, no, Cody. And so I love it because sitting there watching it, and Anora is phenomenal. Anybody who hasn't seen Anora, highly recommend it. It's not a horror movie, but it's suspense. I kind of equate it to being almost like a Russian movie of a Russian version of The Hangover. In a sense, they're looking for somebody, and it's Russians, and they're hysterical. It's just great. It is a very funny movie. It is so well written. It's shot beautifully. The acting is great. But yes, when I saw them sitting at Coney Island, I was like, no way. That is the No Shark Beach right there. So come on. That was great. That was absolutely great. Oh man. And also another thing from Anora, there's when they're in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street, you see the twirling ballerina. What did we call her? The methstress or something? The methstress of the night. A girl who's just spinning in circles, spinning in circles. Wet Movie One's video, Wet Movie One got out and stuck his arm out and went and was spinning around next to her when we were out there once, and she got so pissed off at him. So, man, I was so thrilled to see that methstress of the dark, or methstress of Fremont Street in Anora. That was amazing. So I absolutely loved it, and I got 2 bonuses, 2 Easter eggs for me with Coney Island and that methstress chick in there. That was amazing. But I'm glad you dug it. That's awesome, Cody. Let's see. Oh, never mind. Yep, the 2013 is from Tubi with the couple. Yeah, not so good. Yeah, and that's what I figured. I started watching it after watching this one, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Jude says, how much do DVD Blu-ray cases cost now? Just a case each. I don't know. You could buy, like, there's people on eBay, or I think you can buy empty cases on Amazon. And I've even seen at like Savers out in Vegas, they've had empty cases you can buy. But like for me, if I throw this away, this case is in pretty good shape. I'll definitely ditch the artwork in the disc and hold on to the case so I can, repurpose it to one of my cases. It's kind of beat up. But I don't know. I haven't bought empty cases in a while. I think Fluffy even at times bought movies from Dollar Tree just to get the case so he could upgrade his cases. So like $1 or $1.25. You may be able to find them cheaper than that. If they have Savers out by you, look in the little bags that they hang on the wall. Sometimes they'll put like 5 or 10 cases in one of those bags for a few bucks. I'm not sure. Dominic says, I don't know why people are giving fights to classic films. The rights to classic films to Dustin. Dominic, they're not. They are not. So, for example, Dustin made a what's that Albert Pyun movie? Why am I drawing a blank? But there was 4 of them made by Albert. Well, I think Albert made all 4 of them. But there was 4 movies, and Albert made them, and then Dustin made part 5. He said that he had talked to Albert. Albert had, authorized it and everything. Not true. Absolutely not true. And that's why that one never got distribution from, any legitimate company. But he doesn't get the rights. He just goes and does these movies. And they're so weak and they make so little money that it's not even worth people suing him. So I think they consider them fan films. OGP, when is your next Vegas trip? That's a good question. I don't know right now because we are less than 2 weeks away from me taking off to New York City. So my guess would maybe December, but definitely January for sure, because Days of the Dead is happening in January. So worst case scenario, we're like 2 weeks or 2 months away. But hopefully not that long, but we'll see. We shall see. Been a fan since the live stream you did with Wet Movie One at Fremont. You calling out the hooker. Nice. Awesome, Gonzo. Yes. No. Man, it's they see, I don't want to say like Wet Movie One or Matt or anybody would be naive, but they see these folks, they see these guys, and they say something nice to them, and these guys go, oh, and they're thinking that this girl is into them, and it's like, nope. If a girl is that blunt and that forward with you on Fremont Street, she is looking for your cash. That's what she wants. So yeah, that was hilarious. I think it was in March. Nice. Yeah, it's been a while, but man, that might have been no, because it wasn't Days of the Dead, because it probably was March, because I think we were out there for Fluffy's like last hurrah before he moved. Dustin makes B films. Dustin makes poo films. He makes bad movies. Dominic. So I mean, I have a long history with Dustin Ferguson. I know him, well, knew him personally. We don't talk or anything anymore. But I helped. Dustin was in a time of need when he was moving from Nebraska to California. I helped him find a place to live out here. And then Dustin, was trying to get off, get off the ground with his filmmaking in California and stuff. And so I offered him. That's one of, I was like, oh, you want to make a movie at my house? That's fine. So he did, but he left here and didn't even get like a thank you or anything. And then the people, the cast, like the food that he provided, the craft services that he provided for, the people that were working on the movie were Taco Bell tacos that were also used as props. So then the tacos were all mushy. And like 2 hours later, these tacos sitting out there cold. He's like, oh, you can eat those now. That's your craft services. Are you fucking kidding me? So I had people at my house digging through my cabinets looking for something to eat because they were all starving, because Dustin didn't even provide food for these folks. So his sets, you just don't treat people like that. I'm too old to put up with shit. And you have to treat people with respect, and I will call you out if you don't. And so he did not do that. And I just can't support his films. Yep, that's a stream I'm talking about. Yeah, no, man, we had such a blast. Being in Vegas with myself, Fluffy, Web Movie One, Cinestalker, man, you are talking about a great time. And Robert says, happy Veterans Day to you. Thank you for your service. Well, thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate that. Yes, happy Veterans Day. And forgive me for not saying this earlier, but happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Anybody who has ever put on a uniform and signed their life away to protect these here United States of America, or really, you know what? I mean, there's no reason we don't recognize on Veterans Day veterans from the United Kingdom or Canada or any country. If they've ever put on a uniform to protect the country and protect their freedoms, God bless them all and thank them all. And man, I'll tell you what, my family, I have a daughter in the Navy. I have two cousins that just recently retired from the Air Force. One of their sons just went in the Air Force. I have a nephew and my son that are about to go in the Air Force. I have a niece who's in the Navy. Both of my grandfathers were in the military. One of my uncles was in the military. My great uncle was in the military. I mean, a very, very, very big. I was, a very big military family I come from. My father-in-law was in the Navy. So a very big military family, and much respect to each and every one of them for signing their life away. Dominic says, I recommend the film Intruder, set in a supermarket with a slasher killing people. Intruder is a great one. And I have it right here, and I watched it not too long ago. Where is it? We'll pull it up here. So in Insidious Institute, Insomniac. Oh, it's got to be over here. This one you're talking about, right, Dominic? Phenomenal movie. This is an amazing movie. If anybody hasn't seen this, Dominic is correct. Intruder is an amazing movie. Highly recommend you check this out. He's just crazy about this store. And it says Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi. And I can't, the writing, it's Full Moon, but the writing is too small to see anybody else that was involved in that. But Intruder is an amazing movie. Good call there, Dominic. Brian, what's up? I did not see Strange Darling. Putting on my list. Definitely do. It's great. You will enjoy it. Jude, trying to see if you'd Google the price of empty cases, because I'm going to sell a ton of movies to my neighbor. I think he's lied to me about case prices. He said he can get empty cases for 5 or 10 cents. That's probably a lie. That is probably a lie, Jude. Okay, so let's see. I'll pull up on Amazon quickly. So you can get on Amazon, you can buy a 10-pack for $16. So that's about $1.60 a piece. They have a 6-pack of them for $12. There's another one, 10 of them for $15. You can get 100 of them for $39, so that would be 40 cents a piece, but you're buying 100 of them. Or there's 6 for $10, 25 for $25, that would be $1 a piece. So yeah, 5 or 10 cents, I doubt it. You were thinking of Nemesis. Thanks, Fluff. That's right. What a Fluffy Gamer. A Fluffy Gamer. What's up, Fluffy Gamer? Yes. My bad, Fluff. I missed your comment there. Fluffy says start over. He just got here. Okay, hang tight, Fluff. We'll do that for you. But Nemesis, yes, Dusty Ferg made Nemesis 5 unauthorized. But so starting over quickly for Fluff and everybody that came in late. This got at $5 below. It was $4. Look at that. Jack Skellington stocking, and it is like a Disney authorized. It's not like a knockoff, but Jack Skellington with the little pooch right here, stocking that I'm going to do something fun with over here. And then look at this little Chucky Christmas tree ornament to put on that there Christmas tree back there. Going to be hooking that up in the next day or so. And then I also got this for $5 over there. Jack Skellington chocolate bar. He's unwrapping himself there. So pretty cool. Pretty good stuff. Over at $5 below. Lots of great Christmas decorations, ornaments, movie related stuff. So if you're looking for any of that, definitely go check it out. And with that in mind, all of this, the Christmas stuff that I'm doing, I'll do a Christmas room tour video in the next couple days. So be on the lookout for that. I'll show you everything I got going on in the room because there's a lot more than meets the eye. Yeah, don't try. I think he's pulling your leg there, Jude. Sorry, I'm late. What's up? How you like Strange Darling? James, Strange Darling, I give it 4.5 stars out of 5. Great movie. I love the way it was shot. So many different things about it. The gore, the story, the acting, the cinematography, the color panel, like everything about it. Absolutely loved it. It was great. And the way that it was done in different chapters and the chapters were kind of mixed up. I appreciated that because it kind of, it showed a twist of who the killer or the bad person really was. So I thought it was great. I thought it was really great. Highly recommend everybody checking it out. I worked on one of Dustin's film and he left at the last scene, told one of the production assistants who happens to be a director to direct the scene. Wow, Dominic. So one of the other things that Dustin Ferguson did that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back was Dustin Ferguson worked. There was a movie he made and he shot a scene. And I don't think this gentleman would want any business with his name associated with Dustin Ferguson. So there was a business owner that allowed Dustin, and Fluffy would know, and if Fluffy wants to mention, Fluffy can put it out there. But there was a business owner who let Dustin Ferguson use his store to film a scene at the store. When they shot what they needed, they just walked out and left. They didn't say goodbye. They didn't say thank you. And this guy let him use his store for free. And they didn't even say thank you or goodbye. They just left. Not cool. Shame on Dustin Ferguson for that. So, yeah, he does that kind of stuff, Dominic. And I'm not sitting here trying to hate, start drama or anything. I'm just speaking facts and moving on. Dustin's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. And that's that. 2 years don't count if you're a woman. They have been saying for years. 2 years don't count if you're a woman. They have been saying for you. Well, Jude, I'm missing what you're talking about. I apologize there. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? How you doing? And yes, happy Veterans Day to everyone. Intruder for the win. Yes, very good movie. The band Saw Kill is one of my favorite kills. The band Saw Kill is one of my favorite kills of all time. In Intruder, Good stuff. My neighbor said eBay is cheaper. He sells stuff on eBay for a living. So I have started selling stuff. Fluffy sells stuff on eBay for a living. I have recently restarted selling. I think I've sold about 10 to 15, somewhere in there, movies over the last month or so. I'm just doing it to thin out the herd because I got way too much stuff piled up in the garage. But okay, so well, let's look. I'll look on eBay real quick for DVD cases. So it looks like you can get 10 pack for $12. You can get, here's 20 for $10. So that's 50 cents a piece. 40 cents a piece was the cheapest I had seen so far, but that was buying 100 of them. Who wants 100? Let's see. One for $8, one for $6. 5 of them for $9. Yeah, I'm seeing, like, unless you want to buy 100 at a time, I think the one where you get 20 on eBay, 20 for $10 is probably going to be your cheapest. So that would be 50 cents a piece. So, but plus $3.75 shipping. So really you're at $14 plus tax, 15. So really you're still, for 20 of them, you're still at 75 cents a piece. So, that's it. 5 or 10 cents. Nah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Who is Dustin? Dustin is a guy who lived in Nebraska, wanted to be a filmmaker, moved to he made some terrible movies in Nebraska, moved to California, and continues to make bad movies. So movies that I would not recommend you waste your time on at all. I need to purge about 1,000 Blu-rays. Wow. Dump the non-horror and personal, and personal faves. So, and that's where I'm at right now, Jeff. Like with this, I did not like this at all. And I give it a 1 star just because it had a story. So this is not going back in my collection. It is going away. And so as I watch stuff, if it's just that bad and I know I'll never watch it again, or there's no other reason, I have some movies that are terrible that I'll never watch again. But maybe there's another reason that I'll keep them. But this one, this Home Sweet Home from 2012, I will not watch again. And it's going in the trash or for sale or somewhere. But there was another movie that we talked about, Seance. And I started watching this, and right off the bat, I'm like, okay, we got these girls. They're supposed to be in a, like an elite academy, an elite school for girls. And they fail at making it look like an elite school. They don't have a huge staff. It's like the same woman following them around all the time. It looked like a knockoff. You could tell it was not a real school. It was a very fake elite academy or wherever these girls were. It was not done well. The building was kind of cool and would have worked, but they just didn't have like the staffing or the events or things going on there. And then one of the teachers looked like the same age as the girls, and they kind of kept her face far away from the camera, or angles where you didn't really see her face, I think to show how young she really was. There's this like janitor kind of maintenance guy who's like the same age as the girls. Like there was only like one person in the entire movie who looked older, and she kept telling people, go to my office, go to my office, go back to bed, or go here, go there. Like she was annoying. But I mean, I at one point I clicked on it, the details to see how far I was in the movie, and I was 50 minutes in. So I was right about halfway, and I went, fuck this. I'm done. I don't know if I can deal with another 45 minutes of this movie. So I turned it off. And that's when I went to look for the Home Sweet Home. And then I couldn't find that. So I was like, okay, I'll give Seance another chance. So I picked it up. The third act was pretty good. There's a lot of violence, a lot of kills, a lot of things going on. Problems with this movie. One, the dialogue is stupid. Nobody really talks like that. There's one girl talking to another girl, and she's like, oh, what happened to your friend? And she goes, oh, we grew apart. Who the fuck says that? We grew apart. No, the dialogue throughout this movie was like stuff you would read like in a book or something. It isn't the way people really talk. So the dialogue was atrocious. The acting was suspect at time. The cinematography was beyond stupid. There's a shot. One of the girls goes into the shower. And again, it's I don't know what it's rated, maybe PG-13 or maybe R, but there's no nudity. But the girl goes into the shower and they're trying to do these artistic shots where you see her turn the shower on and the camera pans up and then you see the water coming out of the faucet and then the camera pans back down. She turned the faucet on and we saw the water fall. We didn't need to go all the way up to look at the faucet and then all the way back. There was no fucking point in it. Water you turn on the faucet, water comes down, bingo, we get it. What the fuck was that? Then they're trying to do like sexy shots without doing nudity. So they have this tight close-up shot of her shoulder, like from behind, and you see like the water droplets on her arm. And it's in focus, a beautiful shot. But half of the other shots look like they're shot with a fucking fisheye lens. So much of the movie is like distorted and the edge is like out of focus and stuff. So the cinematography was shit. The dialogue was shit throughout the movie. The like lack of staff on site at this school or whatever for these girls was obvious. There was a lot of problems with this movie. And every scene you were watching, you knew what was going to happen. Like there's a girl in the library and she's all of a sudden alone. And then she's standing by this bookshelf with an empty hole where there's no books. And it's like, oh, she's going to turn around. There's going to be a face there. Well, guess what happens? She turns around. There's a face there. She falls backwards into the other stack of books. And there's a hole in the books there. And what happens there? An arm comes through. Like, no fucking shit. Like, we didn't expect that. Everything in every scene was predictable. You knew as you were watching the scene how each scene was going to play out. There was nothing unique about this. They ripped off a few other movies at different points with some of their ideas and things. I think the only real rewarding thing that happened in the entire movie, which it wasn't the worst movie ever. I think I give it 2 stars out of 5. They did have some solid kills. There was some fun stuff in the end, but it was a chore to get there. It was way too long for what it was. There's a scene where there's one girl who's having a hard time because maybe her room's haunted or whatever, and she's scared or whatever. So she wants to go into one of the other girls' rooms to spend the night with her. And they have this moment where they're laying next to each other. And you're like, as an audience, you're like, these girls are into each other, like more than just friends. They're into each other, but nothing happens. And you're like, okay, well, maybe I'm reading that wrong or whatever. But towards the end of the movie, they do like take their friendship to another level. They do show that they are, attracted to each other. And there's a little kissy stuff. But again, no nudity or nothing like that. But at least the way they shot that and made you realize or think these girls were into each other, to circle back and put a bow on that at the end of the movie, that was kind of nice. But the killers were dumb. The fight scenes, the choreography for the fight scenes was atrocious. Who the killers were was semi-predictable. There was some kind of loose ends, things they didn't really wrap up. And it was just kind of hokey. It was just kind of hokey. It was okay. It was a one-time watch. I've seen it. It wasn't the worst ever. If the whole Thanksgiving connection, it was very, very loosey-goosey connection to Thanksgiving there. But anyways, if you watch Seance, you're not going to walk away hating it, but it's not a good movie. One-time watch. I'm good. I don't need to buy it. Don't need to own it. 2 stars out of 5 on Seance there. So let's see here. I bought everything when I first started collecting. Jeff, I am with you. I was going to Zia Records and it was like, oh, we're going to the clearance bin. Let's just start picking up shit because it's cheap. And because of that, here's a good one that I have. That I had 2 copies of this. Horror House on Highway 5. This movie stinks. Wow. That's kind of funky. But this movie, Horror House on Highway 5, there was two different like artworks. And so I had two copies of it for a while. And I think I got both of them for like $1 at Zia Records in their clearance bin. So I was like, okay, I'll pick these up. The artwork looks kind of fun. And Horror House on Highway 5. Okay, sounds kind of cool. Absolute trash. This movie is horrible. So I got rid of the other copy. I don't know where it is. I might have thrown it away, or it might be out in the garage or something in the box of stuff to sell. But because of buying everything when I first started collecting, I have movies like this, and that has no business being in my collection. And when I get to a point where I need space, that'll be one that will be ejected at some point down the road. Just not good. Just not good. A couple more comments, and then we're going to talk about some of the other news, because there is some other things like we talked about a couple days ago. But yes, rest in peace, Tony Todd, legendary actor who passed away at 69 years old from cancer, and just a bummer. And at least we have tons of great movies that he was in. We can go back and remember him with. House of G-Fam. Yep, I watched Seance too. It was not what I expected. Yeah, I mean, the girls having a seance, all that, okay. And at the beginning, playing a prank on each other, and maybe spirits or whatever coming up after that. Okay, I was on board with that. But just the acting and the storytelling and the directing and stuff, it was not good. Fluffy says, yep, Dusty got to use, okay, so Renee. So Fluffy put it out there, not me. Fluffy got to use Renee from Storage Wars, Renee Nazota. After you asked us for him, me and Renee showed up to meet Dusty and say hi. Very rude of him not to say hi or goodbye. He did not get to use the store again. No, very, very rude. Let's see. I plan to sell a bunch of movies to my neighbor who sells stuff on eBay. So I'm going to tell him no if he's going to try this. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Here's the thing. He's got to make money. And I have a guy in LA. Excuse me. What there's some fucking smell or something. I don't know. Somebody's cooking something or whatever. Something's burning. Maybe it's not that. I thought it was that movie, but it's something else. Oof. There's a horrible smell in here right now. But there's a guy in LA who wants to buy a lot of my video games, but I understand, and I'm not mad at him that he wants to buy them because he has a business. He wants to sell them. So he needs to offer me a price to where he can still turn around and sell them and make money. So I would probably selling them for maybe 50% or less of the actual, current value of them, just to offload them. So understanding that your neighbor is going to need to make money off them, that's great. I mean, if you could go buy cases for just say low market, 50 cents a piece, if you're selling him movies in bunches like that, I would not go any less than at least 50 cents a piece. 10 or 15 cents, no. But I mean, if you're selling him 200 movies that you don't need for $100, I would be fine with that. And he can go, you put them on eBay, you're going to make at least $1 a piece off those movies. So, but I wouldn't go any less than 50 cents a piece. And that's in bulk. Only if you're selling in bulk. Blu-rays and DVDs, but the movies suck or I need space. Oh, the same neighbor, I think, stole my copy. Oh, no, that sucks. That sucks. Then definitely don't give him a deal if he's the one that stole your Dogma. Did you ever watch The Burning? Yes. I did. Let me pull it. I just watched it recently, but I've seen a bazillion movies. And so we're talking The Burning from 1981, right? Abusive former summer camp caretaker Crosby, horribly burned from a prank gone wrong 5 years earlier, lurks around upstate New York summer camp Stonewater with garden shears and bent on killing teenagers responsible for his disfigurement. So this is a movie, The Burning and The Burning, Friday the 13th, and what is the other movie? It is There's another movie that 3 of them all made at the same time that were all basically like Friday the 13th. And the burning is a lot like Friday the 13th. And I couldn't remember, Jeff, if I had ever seen it. I thought I hadn't. But after popping it in, within 5 minutes, I was like, oh, yes, I have seen this. I remember the camp counselor, his cabin getting set on fire that burnt him and everything. And I immediately remembered it. But very, very good movie. A great watch. I don't know what I rated it on Letterboxd or anything. Thinking about it right off the bat, I'd probably give it 3.5 or 4 stars. But a great movie. And I have seen it before. When I watched it again, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I have seen this before. In Seance, a British girl is Suki Waterhouse, who is engaged to Robert Pattinson. Oh, okay. I wonder if she was, if she bummed any fight tips from Robert doing Batman around that time. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I think all those girls would have been fine actors if they had either been given proper direction, maybe had like a better director, or whatever the case. Who knows? I think they all could have done a great job. And the way she was kind of killed, it was quick and move on. And so I don't think they did her character justice in Seance. But man, Robert Pattinson, man, maybe he could pull some weight and get her some better roles, because that movie, whoo, yes, Candyman. Yep, Jude. Yes, rest in peace, Tony Todd. Oh ho ho. Gonzo, man, Gonzo, you are speaking my language, and I don't think Cody's probably still here with us. But I'm gonna tell you something about Murder Party. This is a brand new factory seal copy, because I think I sold my other copy of it. Murder Party is one of my favorite Halloween horror movies. I absolutely love it. I did recently a video where I did my favorite 50 movies to watch around Halloween, and this is on that list. At the beginning of the movie, there's that video store where this guy goes to rent movies because he thinks he's just going to go home, watch a couple movies on Halloween, right? At that store, Cody Clark either worked there or knew the owners or something, but Cody made a sign that's on the door that you see in the movie. So Cody Clark, who was hanging out with us just a little while ago, who hopefully I'll be seeing in a couple weeks in New York, Cody made a sign that's actually in this movie, and it is phenomenal. Absolutely love Murder Party. I could not, this blew my socks off. And the reason I have a factory seal copy of this, because I found it at Dollar Tree. I could not believe this made it to Dollar Tree. It is very, very underrated. A great, great movie. Yes, so good call on that one. Love that movie. Seance is definitely a one-time watch. Agreed, 100%. Just a one-time watch. Last thing from my experience, Dustin, I asked Dustin for money for gas for a film I supposed to have be in. He declined and decided not to have me in the film. I live in Victorville. So, Dominic, that is another thing that bugged me. So, now, in the movie that he shot at my house, he had Brink Stevens in the movie. He had to pay Brink to come out, and he had to give her gas money. But, I mean, he didn't give anybody else gas money or nothing. Only if you had a name. If he had to pay you, was he going to pay you? Other than that, as Jude says so eloquently, Dustin sounds like a douchebag. Yes, he very much is. Santa Clarita is about an hour or so from Victorville. So paying my own gas to go back and forth, I don't mind him paying for my gas, or for my own gas, but not all the time. No, agreed. And here's the thing: if you're going to go help out on a movie because you really want to be a part of it, and they tell you up front, like, look, I don't have the budget, to pay you, but if you want to come help, then go for it. But if somebody asks you, hey, can you come help me on this movie? And you go, yeah. And then they don't offer you a good meal or gas money, not cool. And gee, what was your favorite Final Destination movie? One. So I don't remember all, I haven't seen all the sequels, but I watched 1 and 5. I watched them again not too long ago, sometime this year, I think. 5, man, for being when it was made, the effects they have no business being that bad. Those effects falling. I mean, there's parts when the bridge is collapsing and everything where they look cartoon character-ish. It's terrible. I'm not a big fan of the franchise. The first one was great. I love the idea. It was unique. The fifth one, how it kind of wraps around to the first one, I thought that was cool. But I'm not the biggest fan of that franchise. But so the first would definitely be it. Yeah. Hey, bro, Murder Party for the win right there. Yes. Mario, what's up, Mario? Hey, OGB, I'm watching The Messengers now. Oh, nice. How you feeling about it? How you liking that? I have Murder Party somewhere, but planning to get rid of it. You're saying it's good. Jude, I love Murder Party. I love it. I'm not kidding. I don't know the filmmakers. I don't know anybody in it. I just know that Cody Clark knew somebody that made a sign, or knew somebody at the store or whatever, but there's a sign on the window that Cody made. But I love it. It is phenomenal. It is a crazy ride. So Murder Party is about a guy on Halloween who's it's him and his cat, and he is gonna go to the movie store, like video rental place, rent a couple movies, go home and spend Halloween watching horror movies with his cat. That was it. That was the plan. I think he even had like a little bowl of candy to hand out. So along the way, going to the store, he finds like a golden ticket, an invitation to the murder party. And he's figuring, well, it's a Halloween party. And so he has his ticket. And so he goes home. He doesn't have a costume. And that's where you see he comes up with this amazing, the costume he makes is like cardboard. He cuts out and tapes and makes into his costume. And then he goes to this party. The party is not just a regular party. They is killing folks in that party. And then so he's trying to get out of there, and there's this chase through like different apartments and rooftops and stuff in New York City. It is amazing. It is such a fun ride. Highly recommend Murder Party. Highly recommend it. Shivers from 1975, worth a watch. Let's see. Shivers. I think I've seen, well, let's see. The residents of suburban high-rise apartment building are infected by parasites that turn them into mindless nymphomaniac fiends. Huh. I would probably have to watch it. I don't think I've seen that. And my S's are way over there. Can't get to the S's. But I'll write that down. I don't know if I have a copy of it, but I'll make sure it's on the list to check that out. In Scanners, yes, seen Scanners. It's been years since I've watched it, but Scanners is a classic. Messenger is not bad so far. Cool, good to hear it, Mario. Had a part in a mixed race indie film over a decade ago. I wasn't paid anything. The black woman doing her own films failed at making films. Karma is a bitch. Yes. So here's the thing. As somebody who has been involved quite a bit with indie filmmaking and have a couple movies that I'm working on getting out there, there are times when you have to ask people to help you without paying them. But so, for example, when we shot Wild Game, Matt and I and Justin, we were making a no budget movie. Matt had the camera and all the equipment. Justin and I wrote the script, and Matt helped, we kind of bounced our heads. The only thing we paid for craft services. We paid for a travel and hotel for folks that had to travel in, and the folks that had to drive up there gave them gas money, but everybody else we picked up and carpooled everybody up to where we were filming. And so you do what you can to make it as easy for people where they're not spending their own money to be a part of these projects. But when it comes to indie films, there's a lot of movies. When we cast for Clown Motel Massacre, we put out a casting call and rented out a studio and had people come and do live auditions for us. We had over 1,000 responses for unpaid roles because people are just trying. You get, copy and a credit. You get copy and a credit, copy of the movie, and you get a credit on the film. And, so that way your IMDb resume starts getting bigger. That stuff happens. It sucks that you can't pay everybody, but you try to at least provide a good meal for them on set, make a good project, make it a fun, pleasant environment where everybody feels comfortable, and don't make them spend their own money. So, but there are times where you just can't pay people. But here's the thing. Jude, somebody with like your resume or something, I would not be like, Jude, come do this for me for free. So, and our main actors, what we did, well, I think a lot of the whole cast, we gave them percentage of the film. So, and there was one guy, Yuri, who acted in the film. So I think he got like maybe 3% of the film. Plus he got like 2% more for helping with like a fight choreography and something else. He did something else for us. So we did that. The makeup people got paid. Makeup and effects get paid 100%. There's no question about that. They have costs and everything. But there's ways around things. It's like, okay, when we sell the film, you're going to get X amount of percentage of the profit, things like that. So Yuri is bald, but he has a gigantic orange beard. He's like redheaded dude, but he has his head shaped bald. So Yuri, his last name Marmstein or something like that. But I think he lived in Vegas and he moved to Ohio, and he might have been just vacationing, but he was back in Vegas recently. But I got no IMDb. No one did. It was all about her. That sucks, Jude. And that's where lesson learned. You never help somebody out like that again. And that's where, talking about Dustin Ferguson, I'll never help him out again just because of the way he treats people. If you can't pay somebody, you have to thank them over and over and over. You have to kiss their feet, provide them good food, whatever you have to do to make them happy about the project. And you can't just walk out without saying thank you. So anyways, I did want to talk about a couple other interesting things. So Ridley Scott came out and said he thinks a sequel to Alien Covenant would be a better choice than a sequel to Alien Romulus. Now, Alien Covenant and Prometheus, a lot of people were pissed off after Covenant. But the idea with Covenant was that there was supposed to be a third movie, Prometheus, Covenant, and another movie that would kind of like fix things or wrap it all up or whatever. Never got done. I would still like to see another, like a sequel to Covenant. People hate it, but let's see if we can get a sequel to kind of reel it back in and make everybody not so pissed off about that. Shit, let's make them both. Make a Romulus sequel and a Covenant sequel. I'd watch them both. And then so Finn Wolfhard has come out and promised that Stranger Things 5 is going to have a lot of action sequences in the final season. So season 5, final season of that. Man, whatever's cooking is burning and it's killing me here. I'm sorry. Silent Night, Deadly Night reimagining starts filming soon with Mike P. Nelson at the helm. I am a little concerned about this because it says from the studio that did Terrifier 3. Silent Night, Deadly Night is a great movie. If you're going to reimagine that, like, first of all, fuck off. I don't want it reimagined. Leave it alone. Silent Night, Deadly Night, great movie. Leave it alone. But if you're going to redo it, you better fucking do a good job. You better. I'm very concerned about that. And then Screamboat, Mickey Mouse horror film, adds Tyler Posey, Brian Quinn. It's not big news. It's just adding a cast. So they're working on that still. Screamboat movie. And there was something else on this site that I want to mention. I don't see it. Let's go over here. There was just a few things. There was not too much this week, but James Gunn indicates that first Superman trailer is now ready. So it looks like we'll maybe be getting a Superman trailer before too long for the new Superman movie, which personally I don't give two fucks about. I really don't. And then they released a poster for Mission Impossible Reckoning, which, I mean, or the Final Reckoning, excuse me. Oh, so excited. A poster for the movie. What's the poster? Fucking Tom Cruise's face. You're going to make an announcement. Oh, we got a poster for the movie, and it's just fucking Tom Cruise's face. Like we didn't know that Tom Cruise was going to be in this fucking movie. Do we really need this? Oh, look. The Final Reckoning. Fuck off. Come on now. Oh, man. So don't know why we needed that. I don't. And then there was something else here. Again, I did watch the last episode of The Penguin. If you have not seen that series at all, get on board. It is phenomenal. One of the best shows on TV, if not the best show on TV right now. The final episode just came out yesterday. It is amazing. And the end, where it ends, is supposedly going to be a starting point for the next Batman movie, which I fucking love. Absolutely love that. Let's see here. Kevin Feige is apparently committed to a Blade reboot. We'll see about that. There's no other news, but it's said he's committed. So we'll see. Neil Marshall gives disappointing update on Dog Soldiers sequel. Tell you what, I don't want a fucking Dog Soldiers sequel. Dog Soldiers is great. Anybody tries to make another one, they're just gonna fuck it up. So let's not. Let's just leave it alone. The Nosferatu marketing campaign will not reveal the title character until the film's release. I like it. The less I know about a movie going in, the happier I am. Pumpkinhead gets revenge on Steelbook, 4K UHD in December. Revenge on Steelbook? What? We've already had a Pumpkinhead Steelbook. Previously available as Best Buy exclusive, Scream Factory's Pumpkinhead 4K Steelbook will receive a wide release on December 3rd. So if you missed it, if you didn't get the 4K release of Pumpkinhead, you'll be able to do that in December. So it's just a re-release of it. So there's that. Boom, boom, boom. I've only seen and own season 1 of Stranger Things. I've seen season 1 and season 2. I've not seen the rest. Maybe at some point I'll watch them. Everybody keeps telling me, oh, check them out. But I just feel like more of the same. I don't need more of that, but maybe at some point I'll check them out. Dude, Ridley Scott's going to be 87 soon. He better make those alien movies quick. Right. Brightburn. Are we talking, have I seen Brightburn? Brightburn that's the one about the kid, right? Yeah. Where the kid gets superpowers. That's a badass movie. Love that movie. Are we back here? Okay. Melissa Barrera starring horror rom-com Your Monster arrives on video on demand, but you got to pay for it tomorrow. So if you're looking for the movie Your Monster with Melissa Barrera, you can check that out tomorrow. And there was something else that I'm not seeing, but that's okay. I'm not going to sit here and scroll through stuff and bore you all night. Thoughts on RDJ as Dr. Doom? That was interesting. I love the reveal at San Diego Comic-Con. It was great. We love Robert Downey Jr. And we'll see. I'm, recastings drive me nuts. So as long as we're not going to cross Iron Man, like a new Iron Man with him as Dr. Doom, okay. I love him as an actor. I will watch anything he's in, but man, I just, one of the things, like Spider-Man was one of my favorite superheroes as a kid, but the movies I give two fucks about because we keep picking new people. And I understand Peter Parker's supposed to be a young person. Fuck, how many different Spider-Man actors do we need? Like, so I mean, at least Doctor Doom hasn't been really part of the Avengers and all that. And so, Robert Downey coming out and playing him. Okay, great. But we'll see. I just hope it's done well. Now, here's the thing. The Iron Man movies, I love them. The movies typically that Robert Downey Jr. has been a part of in the MCU have been good. So we'll see. But I love the announcement. It was fucking phenomenal. When he was standing out there and took off his mask and everybody went ape shit, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool reveal at San Diego Comic-Con. Tom Cruise is annoying in person. That's hilarious, Jude. Have you heard of the band Trues? The band, great music or band? Yeah, the band Trues. I've not, Seth. That's a hilarious name. It's basically horror Superman. A Brightburn. Yes, you're right. No, it is. It is like a horror Superman. It's like, what's Superman's like? I don't know. It would be like a nemesis for Superman to fight. That would, hey, if you put Brightburn versus Superman, that'd be a fun movie. I like to see Monster Squad sequel, but with horror icons instead. There you go. There you go. Anyone see Victor Crowley, One Cut of the Dead or Ghost Stories? So, Jude, One Cut of the Dead is on my list. That would Kevin Bacon came out and was talking. I think it was Kevin Bacon, right? Was talking about some of his favorite horror movies, and One Cut of the Dead is one of his. And I've pulled it out. It's on my pile of movies to watch. I do own it. I just haven't watched it yet. Victor Crowley. I have, because Victor Crowley, that's a spin-off of Hatchet, right? And so the first Hatchet movie I thought is great. I started watching Victor Crowley, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and I turned it off because I did not care for it. And Ghost Stories, I don't know. Ghost Stories. I'll probably have to check that out. Heard they bought the rights for $2 million. Bought the rights to, what, Dominic? Monster Squad? Is that what you're talking about? OGB, when do you think Christmas music will start on the radio? Don't worry. I know we all love Halloween, but I love Christmas music. Yes. So, I mean, Halloween's over. And we got the Christmas tree going on right here. But for us horror movie fans, Halloween is something we celebrate all year long. But here's the thing. I know a lot of people are like, fuck Christmas music. And I get that. I get it. That Mariah Carey song, I can't stand. I really can't stand. But there's some other Christmas music, the classic stuff, like Bing Crosby or Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, some of the old crooners from way back in the day that did Christmas music. I enjoy that stuff. So I don't mind it coming on. So here's the thing. You could go on iHeartRadio right now and they have a all year long Christmas station if you wanted to hear it. But if you're just listening to a regular radio station, they usually come on the middle of November. Like there's one, is it Careth? Maybe not Careth 101, but it's like 103.5, I think, in LA, whatever that station is. They I think usually start around like the 15th of November. So pretty soon it will be on there. For Silent Night, Deadly Night. Oh, they bought the rights for Silent Night, Deadly Night for $2 million. Hey, if I own the rights for Silent Night, Deadly Night, and that was going nowhere, and somebody wanted to give me $2 million to go make a new one, I would be like, yes, please. I will gladly take $2 million. Marvel movies. Fans really want Wolverine versus the Hulk. That would be fucking crazy. Avengers versus X-Men, X-Force, Deadpool, Spider-Man. Marvel Zombies, the movie. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff they could do, and we'll see. I mean, hey, Deadpool versus Wolverine was a good start. The whatever this fucking movie that just came out, Venom. We'll see. It's just hit or miss with those. Either the Marvel movies are phenomenal or they're so we'll see how it goes. I'm already seeing Christmas commercials. Yeah. Oh no, I've been hearing Christmas commercials on the radio, seeing Christmas commercials on TV. But here's the thing. Once Halloween is over, my wife loves Christmas. I love Christmas. I have such great memories as a kid of the holiday season. There's so many things about Christmas that I love, including Christmas horror movies. So I have fun. And wait till I do the video. You'll see every decoration on that little mini Christmas tree back there is movie related. Some horror movies, some comedies, some other stuff, but everything is. Every decoration I have in this room is a movie related Christmas decoration. So I don't have a problem with it. I'm all about it. Let's enjoy the season. I don't mind it starting before Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving there's really not too much, but we are doing the Thanksgiving horror movies to watch, and so I've got that list out there. I've already been checking out a few of them, and hopefully we'll get through the rest before Thanksgiving. But yeah, they're out there. El Chicano, I think that's like a gangster kind of action movie. Is that with Danny Trejo? I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that movie, Jude. Venom: The Last Dance was fun, but not the best. Yeah, Dominic, I agree. There was some very funny moments. I just felt like the story it was going, but there was like no arc. It wasn't satisfying at the end. The resolution was like, okay, that's what we expected. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing mind-blowing. It was just there, I will never watch it again. I definitely don't need to own it. It was just there. Will Heart Eyes be better than My Bloody Valentine? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, hey, based on the trailer, it has potential, but I mean, My Bloody Valentine, that's a classic. That's a classic. So we'll see. But the beauty of it is it might be better, but we can still love both. So I cannot wait. Heart Eyes looks so good. In my stores, they're playing Christmas songs. Yes, I've already heard in the stores. I have already heard Christmas music. We need more zombie movies to come out. I agree. I love zombie movies. Absolutely love zombie movies. I will take all of them that I can get. There is something that I've seen, new zombie show or something out that I think it's zombie, but that I'm trying to give a shot, but I just haven't had time yet. But we do need more zombie movies, 100%. Have you seen Happy Birthday to Me? Well, I've seen Happy Death Day 2, and then I do believe Happy Birthday to Me. I'm knocking stuff over. Hang on a second. Oh, I have to move that now. So let's see. On the Happy Birthday movies, so there's that one and that one as far as Happy Death Days, which are good movies. And then just Happy Birthday, which I don't think I have seen this. I think I still need to watch that. But this Happy Birthday to Me, yes. It is a very good movie. Says get ready for a taut mystery shocker that will keep you at your wits' end, on the edge of your seat. Popular high school senior Virginia Wainwright survives a freak accident but suffers from memory loss and traumatic blackouts. As she attempts to resume normal life, something terrible is happening. Her friends are ruthlessly murdered one by one. Will she be the next victim, or is she the killer? The terrifying truth is finally uncovered at Virginia's 18th birthday party, and you're invited. Yep, that's a good one, Dominic. That's a very good movie right there. Not the greatest of all time, but it's a good movie. Just saw Big One movie. It's not bad. Big One. I don't know that movie, Mario. We need more April Fools. Hey, yeah. Any holiday horror movies? I love the holiday horrors. Ever seen Brain Damage? Man, I want to say I own Brain Damage. And there's times where I just have to go and Google stuff to watch it or to remember. Let's see. One morning, a young man wakes to find that a small, disgusting creature has attached itself to the base of his brainstem. The creature gives him a euphoric state of happiness, but demands human victims in return. I don't think I've seen it. Let's see. Where can we watch this? Where can we watch? On Tubi. Okay, there's our homework. Anybody who hasn't seen Brain Damage, there's our homework. Gonna watch Brain Damage and that one we'll be talking about next week. And where else? I gotta find one more of the Thanksgiving horror movies to watch. Let me get back and take a look at that list again. So, but Brain Damage we'll talk about next Monday. And 2 Mondays from now, not next Monday, but 2 Mondays from now, I'm going to have to do an early. We won't be doing a 7 p.m. It'll be early because 2 Mondays from now, I'll be flying out to New York in the later in the day. So we will be doing an earlier horror movie Monday. I'll announce that when I figure out the exact time and everything. But so Thanksgiving, saw that. Pilgrim, saw that. Seance, saw that. Okay, let's go with the last Thanksgiving. So Brain Damage and the last Thanksgiving will be the 2 movies. At least I said 3 a couple days ago because we were like on a roll. But definitely at least the last Thanksgiving, which is on Tubi, and Brain Damage, which is on Tubi. I'll watch both those, and we'll recap those next Monday, if not sooner. But probably maybe we'll do homework every week. And so next Monday we'll recap those. So, but I'll watch those between now and then. The film April Fool's Day is a good one. Yes, Dominic, agreed. Christmas with The Rock come out on Friday. I just saw it. Oh, a Christmas movie with The Rock. Well, the Red One, is that what you're talking about? The movie Red One is comes out this week. And I'll probably be going to see it Thursday night, put up a review Friday morning. A Brain Scan is a good one. Yes. Dope movie with the Terminator guy. Yeah. Eddie Furlong. One of the best B movies of all time. Yeah. Brain Scan. And Web Movie 1, I think you got a t-shirt of that at one of the conventions not too long ago. Have you seen Blowout with John Travolta? Dominic, yes. Blowout is phenomenal. I have the, I think a Criterion release of it. Great movie. Monster Party is a good watch. Yes, agreed, Jude. Disturbia is almost a bite off a Brain Scan. I feel in the same style, stuck in a home movie. Also, The Gate. The Gate is a good one. Another stuck in home movie or Paranormal Activity. Yeah, Paranormal Activity. 1, 2, and 3. Love those. 4 was okay. 5 was. I have not seen 6, but 7 was good on Paranormal Activity. That's a good franchise. Bring on the Christmas time. It's the best time of year for eating food with no regrets. There you go. House of G. I am like seriously trying. I need to lose weight. But then the other day, my daughter and I are over here. I found the recipe for Disneyland fudge. And so we were making, and I don't think we followed that recipe to a T. It was okay, but it wasn't Disneyland quality fudge. So we're going to try and do another batch when she comes back up. But yeah, this time of year, man, oof, so much good eating out there. Have you seen Demons? I've seen, man, there's a lot of Demons movies. Demons. Oh, where's the D's? Are they way up there, or can I reach them? Oh no, right here. Let's see, Demon Knight, Demons. So right here, got Demons 1 and 2 that Gail sent me because Gail's a badass. Gail's a legend for sending this. I'm pretty sure. I think Gail sent this, right? Demons 1 and 2. I think Gail sent this. Pretty sure. But great movies. Great movies. Let's see. Treat yourself. I know, but I mean, here's the thing. I've got one of the medical things that I've had going on for a while. I've kind of kept private, but I have a how do they call it? Linguinal or something. It's like a belly. I got a hernia by my belly button. One of the causes for that is being overweight. So I have to lose weight to make this like belly button hernia thing hopefully go away. Or eventually I will wind up under the knife. Right now, they want me to just try and lose weight to make this belly button hernia go away. So that is something. And like when I weighed myself a couple weeks ago or whatever, 3, 4, I don't know, 5 weeks, whenever it was, whenever I did that video, sitting at 231 pounds. Man, that was the heaviest. I've lost some weight since then. I don't know what. I haven't been back on the scale yet. Maybe we'll do that again soon. But I need to continue trying to lose weight. But it's so hard not to treat yourself. You might like Flesh Eater, made by the guy that played the first zombie in the graveyard scene for Night of the Living Dead. Oh, okay. Flesh Eater. Man, they are way up there. Flu, Flesh Hunter, Fatal, Flesh something. Yeah, I can't tell. They're too high up. I had to get up. I got movies so high up there I have to get like a little step ladder sometimes. But I don't think I have that. Flesh Eater, made by the guy that played the first. Yeah, so I'll put that on the list. I don't know if I've seen that or not, but I'm getting ready to wrap it up here. We're gonna have to wind down for the evening here in a moment. Will there be arguments at the dinner table this Thanksgiving OGP with your family? Not with my family. If you're talking like politics and stuff, not with us. We